Every day, police officers have to deal with many kinds of dangerous and violent criminals. But what happens when they have to arrest members of their own family? This instance illustrates what occurs when a police officer must detain his own daughter for a DUI.
Who stops with this shit? You're arrested for DUI.
During the 28th day of December 2022, a witness saw a white car hit a traffic light, then quickly leave at the next traffic signal. After the collision, a piece of the car's bumper had come off and was lying in the road. Police found the suspect's car at a gas station across the street about 15 minutes after they received the report. But the driver was not who they had anticipated.
Come back from Applebee's?
Yeah, I had a drink.
Okay. How old are you?
21. My dad is,
Listen, your bumper's in the road over there. Did you just hit that pole?
No, I promise I did not.
No?
The very thing Teresa says is that her father is a police officer with a nearby PD, presumably in the hopes that he'll show up and save her from the predicament. However, the responding officers are confident that the situation is much more serious than that.
You left Applebee's.
Yeah, I left Applebee's.
You cut through the plaza. You came out by Lowe's and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Did you hit the traffic pole that's right there?
No, I did not hit the traffic pole. This part was hanging off already. I hit a deer in Pennsylvania because I go to school in...
Do you smoke marijuana recreationally?
No, I do not smoke marijuana universally.
Knowing the fact that saying she didn't smoke marijuana universally didn't make any sense, she claims that after an accident in Pennsylvania, about 25 miles away, her bumper was already hanging off, and that it just so happened to fall off as another car that was nearly identical to hers hit a red signal. However, Teresa has a plan in place that, in her hopes, will let her escape this situation.
You see this?
I hit a deer before this. You can ask my dad.
This piece fell off at the traffic light that you hit, that you knocked over.
6-7. Do you have another unit out with you?
You call my dad? He's a sheriff's
All right.
officer.
Hang out.
In the span of a few minutes, Teresa mentions her father 5 times, clearly hoping that he can help her find a way out of this. However, the police are beginning to focus on what really happened and start to acquire at least some of the truth from Teresa before he can save her.
Did you drive away because you're scared because you maybe had one drink and you think you're drunk?
Yeah.
And you might get arrested, but you don't seem like you're drunk?
Yes.
So you want to just tell the truth?
Yes, I'm telling you the
So when
truth.
after Applebee's, did you hit a traffic pole? You can't miss it. It lights up. It's red, green, and yellow.
I hit a curb.
You hit a traffic signal.
No, I hit a curb.
Yeah, you went up the curb, you hit the traffic signal fell down, and you
I
left.
was texting. If you
Okay.
just call my dad, he would tell you.
Well,
It's the sheriff's officer,
here's the thing.
I promise
Your dad, the
you.
sheriff's officer, wasn't driving your vehicle.
In the course of this brief chat, Teresa admits to hitting something, being more drunk than they initially thought, and texting while driving. 3 traffic violations that each have a different penalty. The investigators decide to speak with her father John now that the truth has come to light. But it turns out he is not there to assist her.
What's going on?
Hey, John, how are you? So your daughter hit a traffic wall. Okay. Where's the damage on the car?
Okay, the damage on that car, on the car there, I think it was like the front right bumper.
John clarifies that Teresa did hit a deer earlier, and that the front right bumper sustained damage. But compared to the current harm the car was suffering, it was insignificant.
I come out. Are you guys out there?
That's up to you. I'll see if she wants you to come out, if she wants, you to drive her home.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Let me come out there and I'll see you guys. Thank you.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
It appears that Teresa won't be receiving the salvation she had hoped for from her father when, 5 minutes later, he shows up at the site to speak with the police.
What's up? So, what she's saying, and where the damage was, doesn't really make too much sense. So, tried to get some more information out of her, but and then that piece of bumper there. So, for the other one, was it just the bumper wasn't hanging like that?
Yeah, no, so what it was is basically this was intact.
Okay.
This piece was missing, and the scratches here, that's all from a deer that she who's officers.
So right now, this is going to be my call. Okay. Coming out.
Okay, gotcha.
He's going to be providing all the details.
Okay, who's your supervisor? Not that one, dude. I'm just asking.
The police officers who arrived initially at the incident appear as though they almost expected John to try to defend his daughter, and they become especially tense when he inquires about their supervisor. There are obviously innumerable instances of corruption when officers, particularly those in higher ranks, are able to utilize their position of authority to keep their family out of danger. But the officers soon realized that all he was attempting to do was gather all the details about the incident, so he could independently judge it fairly. as he reviews his text messages from her to attempt and piece together a timeline of events. This rapidly becomes clear.
I just want to show you this so you can see it. You home 10:39. What do you think time do you think that initial call came? Because she probably hit it and was like, Dad, what the fuck do I do?
Somewhere between 10:45 and 11.
That's about right.
We were talking to her. She was telling us that she fell off.
I mean, lying to she knows, but I'm a cop. She knows not to do that. Well, maybe she didn't even. Do you think she? I'm not once. I'm saying she didn't lie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be very clear about that. But she might not even look at the freaking car to see if there's any difference.
Although John is eager to assist the authorities, the sergeant on duty requests that he refrain in order to protect the objectivity of the investigation. So far, everything has been wonderful and a great example of good policing, apart from Teresa's behavior. So the emphasis has returned to what Teresa had previously indicated. She claims to have just had one drink at Applebee's, but it appears that she may be a little more drunk than they initially thought. After a few field sobriety tests, suspicions were only later confirmed.
And everything that happened today, right? I don't think that you were okay to take the operator from motor vehicle.
Dad!
So,
Dad!
You gotta
Dad! Where's my dad?
Oh, your dad's right over here.
You stop with this shit in the car. You're arrested for DUI. Go ahead.
have a seat.
Teresa was driven to the police station after being coerced into the police car by her own father. There, her blood alcohol content was measured and found to be 0.17% over the legal limit. As of the time of this post, Teresa had not yet received her punishment, but had received a court summons for DUI, careless driving, and failing to report a collision. But for Bruce Adams, a father who opted to act independently after his kid was detained by abusing his authority as a county commissioner, things are entirely different.
Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail. You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff?
Kenneth Adams was stopped on November 3rd, 2022 for running a stop sign. But it turned out that Kenneth was in a lot more trouble than he thought.
How's it going?
Good. What did I do wrong?
Good. So the reason I stopped you is you didn't come to complete the stop sign?
I did.
And then you didn't have your turn signal on.
I sure did.
Okay.
I know for a fact I had my turn signal on.
Okay.
That's why I was surprised you were pulling me over, but whatever.
After running his license through the system, the officer found that Kenneth had an outstanding warrant for burglary and vehicle theft. Kenneth suddenly gets defensive and won't get out of the car.
Can I get you to step out of the vehicle with me?
What are you doing? No. What's going on? Seriously, what's going on?
You have a warrant.
How do I have a warrant?
I don't know how you have a warrant, but it's on our system right now. You have an active warrant out of 7th District Court here in San Juan.
I've gone to, no, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Well,
it's on our system right now.
Well,
I'm not going to argue with you about it. You're going to go to jail tonight on that warrant, okay?
No, I'm not. Dude, this is absurd.
Mr. Adams, you do have an active warrant for your arrest.
And who issued the warrant, though?
The courts have it issued.
For what, though? Because I've gone to court for everything. There should not be an active warrant for me anywhere, dude.
Even though Kenneth claims he has already been in court for his prior misdeeds, the warrant still demands his arrest. In the vast majority of minor instances, the suspect is required to submit documentation attesting to their court appearances and to complete any required classes. The court cannot prove they attended anything without those documentation. As a result, when Kenneth neglected to bring in his paperwork, the warrant remained active and the police were unable to determine if he had actually attended court.
Issued October 13th.
For what?
It has some felony charges, burglary charges.
Dude, I've been to court for that. No, I've been to court for that.
You want to know the charges?
Yeah, I do.
So it has 2 burglary charges listed, a theft charge, mischief.
That's on my old case.
3 charges of burglary of a vehicle, and criminal trespass.
Yeah, why is that floating up?
Kenneth's father, Bruce Adams, arrived at the station after being taken away, who, conveniently for Kenneth, turned out to be the local county commissioner. Bruce demanded to know what was happening as soon as he arrived at the scene and soon began to act corruptly.
Where's Kenneth?
He's in jail. They took him.
You already took him to jail?
They took him to jail and I stayed here with the car.
Why?
For a warrant.
Who do I call to find out?
To find out the warrant?
You're a police officer. Tell me who I called to find out why he's in jail.
I gotta be careful with this stuff, Bruce. You understand that? Okay. That's the warrant. Okay, so it says warrant status active, offense burglary, burglary, theft, criminal mischief, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle, burglary of a vehicle.
He's already been to court over that.
You saw the warrant right there. I showed you a warrant.
He's been charged with that, and he has a plea in abeyance on all of it.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to turn him loose.
I can't turn him loose, Bruce.
Who can?
Nobody can. He's been arrested for a warrant. The courts can.
And the warrant's false.
Huh? The warrant's not false.
You want me to sue the son of a county sheriff because he arrested my kid on a false warrant?
The warrant's right there.
It is clear that Bruce is attempting to abuse his power and persuade the commissioner to try and protect his kid from the law. Fortunately, this officer doesn't give in and instead stands his position. Eventually, though, Bruce's case was dropped, the warrant was withdrawn, and Kenneth was allowed to leave jail. However, police officers are not the only ones who may be loving parents. Consider the incident in Vermont, where a 52-year-old father attempted to harm the police who were detaining his own child by using an excavator. You're effectively seeing two people threaten each other with lethal weapons. The police are in a really difficult situation in this one, since they have to maintain control over the arrested suspect, while simultaneously talking down to his father, all while it is a matter of life or death.
For all available units, I've got 343 and 254 in a 10-10.
Sadly, the video cuts off at this point, but you can still hear the radio dispatcher alerting other cops of a 1010 at the address. A 1010 indicates a conflict is underway, and more units are swiftly sent to assist these two officers in taking charge of the situation and apprehending the entire family. Assault and burglary accusations led to the arrest of the son, and the father was also taken into custody and placed under arrest. What if this time the parent isn't so loving? This is Officer Kovach, a police officer who disapproved of the relationship his daughter had with Mackay Coleman, a young man of 18 years old. He stopped Mackay's car after following his daughter's laptop to the neighborhood and finding it there.
You can get out. You're going to jail. Get out. Have a seat in my car. We'll make shit up as we go.
It's obvious that this police contact is unusual. It's evident that the final remark, "We'll make it up as we go," is unprofessional and downright terrifying. The case is personal to Officer Kovach's, and because of it, he even stopped a car in violation of the law. Even if he had a legitimate justification for stopping Mackay, he should have radioed for another officer to handle the stop instead of doing it alone.
Any guns, knives, weed on you? What's that?
Obviously.
Go ahead and get smart before I can do something to you, even more.
Although another of his daughter's friends is in the car because the passenger side door is open, his daughter is still nowhere to be seen.
I tell you to get out of the car? Did I tell you to get out of the car?
Bill's advising a white female in a blue jeep, throwing them with a gun.
Does your dad know my daughter's in your house?
Kovach was able to stop them conveniently near the friend's home. So, after remembering that his daughter's laptop had also shown her inside of this house, he made the decision to speak with the mother.
Why is her computer there?
Why would your daughter be in my house?
I don't know. So if I check and you're lying to me, you're going to jail.
You could check, and I'm not lying to you.
She's getting a ticket because she wasn't wearing her seatbelt, so that's going to cost you $200.
Then you know what? Get a warrant.
That's fine. I will.
The woman has no legal responsibility to allow Kovach to examine her home, but she does so kindly. Because her passenger wasn't wearing a seatbelt, he will issue them a $200 penalty, forcing the woman to object to the search. The woman chooses to speak up because it's becoming obvious how much he's prepared to exploit his position to address his own personal difficulties.
You're making this
You're being
personal.
disorderly.
How am I being disorderly?
She wasn't wearing a
I
seatbelt.
was wearing my seatbelt. You're making this personal. You want to take my daughter because you think your daughter is in my
No,
house.
she wasn't wearing a seatbelt.
I'm going to call 911.
The mother notices exactly what is happening and reminds Officer Kovach that what he is doing is both unprofessional and unlawful. However, he chooses to let her kid leave without a ticket in an effort to stop the mother from alerting his colleagues to the situation before realizing something no one could have foreseen.
I didn't even see you. Get out of the car. Get in my car. Go ahead, you guys are good. Ma'am, they could go with you.
Caitlin, the officer's daughter, had spent the entire time hiding inside Mackay's car, clearly afraid of what her father would do to her and her friends. She was right to be afraid because he went on to force his own daughter into his car, thus kidnapping her.
Caitlin! Knock it off!
You don't want me! I know! Why you can't do this!
Yeah, she did nothing. car. She's going to the hospital. She said she was going to kill herself Friday.
No, I didn't!
In a sense, Caitlin is being abducted here. She hasn't broken any laws and is a mature adult. Therefore, she is free to remain or accompany anybody she desires. Nevertheless, he insists that she accompany him to the hospital because she has to be examined psychologically. Officer Kovac handled the entire incident poorly, but internal affairs already pointed it out. It was readily determined that Kovac behaved recklessly and illegally during the entire meeting. Kovac was called to a domestic abuse case because he was listed as an available unit, but he never showed up. Later, the police department fired Officer John Kovac for acting in an unprofessional manner. Caitlin may have been the victim in that story, but what happens when instead of the father being in the wrong, it was the daughter? That's exactly what occurred on March 24th, 2023, when police were called to a domestic violence case that turned out to be very different from what they had anticipated.
Oh. Can you put the dog in a room for me?
I will.
Alright, who called?
Me.
You did?
Yeah, sure did.
Alright, what's going on?
She only wants her parents to listen to her and accept responsibility for the problems in her life. The woman who opened the door tells the police, adding that she had a fight with her father during which he threatened to punch her. The responding cop realizes right away that things are going to get nasty.
When did he threaten to punch you?
Well, treat me the way he treated me.
Hey! Are you talking to me or are you talking to them?
No, I'm not talking. You know, I'm talking to her, making faces.
What I'm saying though is you need to be talking to me.
I have never once called the cops on someone before, and this is the first time, and he deserves it.
Okay, well he's gonna go talk to him separate.
Not without me.
Okay, then do you want us to conduct an investigation or not?
Her father tells the police that his daughter had been shouting at him all day as they take him into a separate room. Evidently, she was holding him and his wife responsible for the choices she made, and he was sick of the issues she was giving them. Things remained quiet despite the poison of the circumstance. Until the police discovered a marijuana pipe in the daughter's backpack.
But you have a pipe in there that's commonly used to smoke
Why
marijuana.
don't you take this?
As well as the wrapping papers, so...
Well, go. That's not your purse. You don't have the right
it's
to
called
get in
plain
it.
view.
Go the way.
Plain view. Turn around, put
Blah,
your hands in the
blah,
back.
blah.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
I was trying to...
Turn around, put your hands behind your... You're going to be under arrest for obstructing if you do not comply. Stand up.
Off me, you prick. Ow, that's my kidney. Oh, that's right. No. Get on my back, get on my back.
Give me your hand. Stop resisting.
It was conversation.
Simple.
He started threatening to punch me, and I thought I had to call you guys for it.
Okay.
The woman fought against being arrested and purposefully kicked one of the cops during the altercation. Additionally, the police checked her suitcase and discovered numerous illegal narcotics and intoxicants. After reading her rights, they led her outside to the patrol car. However, while inside the house, strange things continue to happen. The policeman decides to look into the matter more after hearing a sound coming from the restroom.
It happened back there. Something fell down back there.
Probably Christine in the bathroom.
Who's Christine?
A friend of Janet's.
Is she allowed to be here?
Yeah.
It's kind of odd that she stayed in the bathroom the whole time. She have warrants?
I don't know.
Hey, Christine! I need you to come out here for a sec.
Unsurprisingly, the strange woman who had been hiding from the police in the bedroom had outstanding arrest warrants and had also been placed in handcuffs. The woman's parents explained that their daughter had experienced severe trauma when she was younger and had been tormented for a long time. They never specify what the issues are, only that she is receiving therapy for them, which may have brought the issues to the forefront of her mind and led to the hostile behavior towards them. The woman was nonetheless accused of narcotics possession and resisted arrest. Since the parents were not prosecuted, their daughter's call had a negative impact on them. The parents appeared to be largely in the right here and had just been dealt a poor hand based on what we know.